Hello, and welcome to another episode of Meandering. This is a series where I basically review maps and meander around them for a friend of mine. If you're someone else that finds this, cool. This is Hardwater, 5v5 map. I was looking at the minimap, it looks pretty small. And a lot of verticality is from, at least in this very first view I'm seeing. I walked around this map a tiny bit at the start, and I'm recording myself. But we have office style windows here that kind of peer into what I'm thinking is mid, and that's pretty much all I looked at. And I also saw that down here there's a route. That's pretty much all I got to look at before my recording. Shit the bed. You can't stand on this, it's actually just a texture on the wall, not something bumped out. I guess you could pixel walk, I forget how people do that. But that's the thing that you could do. Just looking at the route to B from the T perspective here. That is coming back to mid, right? And it is a doable jump. I just have to not be terrible. This brings you back to mid, and that takes you to like A, but we'll focus on all this later. Let's just look at B. So I can go this upper route on the right, or I can go this main route down here. Let's look at main. This appears to also lead into middle. Middle seems to be very integrated into a lot of the routes on this map. We got doors that lead to nothing. Is this wallbang? No. I thought there was a chance that that door would lead to a wallbang somewhere in here. Speaking of here, this is basically the site. You come out here. You can't walk under this, which is just kind of annoying for pathing, but not too much of an issue. Down here is the actual site. I assume no, it's up here? Yeah. Interesting. The site is just like that tiny, very congested room. This feels like more like a site to me, this under area. It feels nice and open. I'd have fun fighting around here. This, on the other hand, feels a lot less enjoyable to play around, but there's probably a reason for it. So you come out here, and you're going to want to run all the way across, being mindful of these lower angles to make it onto the site. You also have the option of going this upper area early on, which can give you some nice vantage points, and you can jump onto this unless it's not clipped. In fact, none of this is clipped. Oh, but there's stuff on the ceiling, of course. You could maybe crouch onto that? No, you can't. It's not in space. So you're a T, you come here, and you're fighting for sight. Let's look at the CT perspective on B. So CT spawn here, come out this way. And, I mean, a lot of the time you have the option of either playing below and trying to do dumb, cheesy angles that they won't expect, or you can actually kind of take a real fight here, or while you have another teammate hold here playing the site itself. You also have to worry about mid. So this bridge appears to, quick B access and also peers into mid. You have an exact same kind of setup on the T side. You're going to see a lot of aim duels early on with both teams kind of getting posted on these windows, taking fights across this mid area. I can't wait to touch mid, but first we're going to look at the T route to A. Got this kind of upper area for an off angle to deal with this P. There's a lot of elevation on this map. This is kind of like an alt mid, I guess. I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I'm just going to keep going. You can't access this upper area, or can you draw from here? Also a ladder to what? Just an angle. And you can jump here, then jump here. This is the bridge in mid that goes back to B. Okay, back to, enough meandering. Back to looking at A. So you come up here, and you're going to want to take this upper route to go to the actual site, I presume. Yeah, so this is kind of like the main. This is kind of an upper wrap, actually. And over there we have what looks like an openable garage. We'll mess with that in a second. You can actually hide inside these trucks, which is probably stupid. We have this very low poly car model you can play around and jump on and do movement on. Very interesting. I just see actually coming out here, this angle, and then clear these shits real quick. Careful of someone hiding here. That's a pretty easy sight. CT perspective, I spawn here. I come out, I jump, I go to the right. I can either fight here, which we'll talk about later, or I just go to site and I can play a myriad of angles. Maybe I can consider pushing up. This isn't clipped, which is logical, and then you, ooh, headshot over here. Now, this is not an office thing. It appears that there's a switch here. Yes. I'm spamming E right now just to see what the delay is. It's just, you can get that time. So you can't just like spam close and wait to stop the other guy. I wonder if this is done properly. It is. So sometimes there's an issue where stuff like this, it doesn't affect minimap visibility and you can see them through the wall. So I'm glad that isn't a thing. Coming back to the T perspective, if I didn't go this upper area and do all this stuff to go up here, I could just go under and open this door. And this also, I guess this is less of an alt mid and more of an A main. This is going to be fought over and contested. This leads back to kind of CT bridge sniper sort of thing. There's a lot of quick movement. I feel like there's a lot of places that you're going to want to like boost for a faster rotate. Very interesting. What is this area? I did not really pay attention to this much earlier. So this is if you actually go middle. You have this bridge that, you know, right outside the B main kind of area. You can decide to rotate, come back mid. Also take it to go back to A main. This is like very essential for rotates. CTs are going to be posted on this, kind of cutting that off if they can. But at the same time, they have to be worried about all these angles back here, like someone playing on opposing windows or coming down here. It's a lot of stuff. And if I'm a T, could I just like, there's no way to isolate all the windows at once, which is good. So, always, you know, a window maybe can see you, and at the same time you have to be worried about guys down here. This seems to be boostable, if I had to guess. I'd jump over him. I'm so good at movement. So you can boost here, and that's not a possible jump. But you could just boost here for an off angle, just hold if you really wanted to on either side. I feel like there's a late round T lurk thing where you boost a guy here and he catches rotates on bridge players. Speaking of bridge player rotates, as a CT, if I'm on A and I want to rotate to B, I'm just gonna go. This is a one-way drop from spawn, so you have to go this lower area and cross through middle, right? Am I mistaken? Unless you push up and then you take this. This is still the middle area, so you flank around. There's no way for a CT that is dropped to go A to get back up to here to retake B. Interesting. When it comes to B retake, it is not that bad. You can easily take this one-way drop. It's very interesting. Going to A, you're kind of committed. Rotates take a while off of there. Very interesting map. I am very interested to see the timings. It seems like a very fun map with a lot of movement and options. Tons of verticality, which a lot of people probably won't be a fan of. I wonder if the CT will want to open this early and then try and take an off shot on a T. I wonder how the timing is for that. It's probably not as favorable as I would have hoped at first glance as a CT, but it's fine. This angle feels weird, but it won't come into gameplay often. This especially feels kind of pointless. Like, yes, you can jump up here for another angle onto the site, but do we really need this? I don't think so. Speaking of the site, you can plant on top of the trucks as well. You can plant in the trucks. You can plant in a lot of funny spots, to say the least. That is going to be interesting to see post plant on this site. This is the best plant for A main would probably be something like on top of here. But even then, it's not for like deep A main. This guy can BBC feet if he backs up enough. I guess it might be better to plant here than if you're really all in on A main. But there's the issue of standing here. I guess you'd plant very specifically right here. And then, yeah. Is this a weird angle to fight around? Let me hide this. This is very peculiar. I don't want to engage in that, obviously. Obviously, this might close the door. A lot of off-angle potential just standing on this. All over the map, with stuff like that. Map is very interesting. Allows for a lot of different options. The B site honestly feels kind of boring. Implantable zones, nothing funny. Can't plant on any of the boxes. Where would I plant? I would want to plant open, probably here. This is like safe and open right here. I'm not being peeked from this kind of bridge area that CTs are going to be playing or holding onto for a while. And it's also very open to the main area. This like bridge. I'm very confused why this is the site. It feels laid out like this area in general should be the site. Just like place one box like right here or something, boom, we got the site. Very interesting. does feel like a very empty area without any cover, very hard to play. You just have this pillar, this whole entire area where it places box, you just can't really play, making me think that a box like this would actually genuinely help quite a lot. It would also make it easier to jump out if I had placed a box better. I guess this should double suffice. Being able to do movement out of here. Yes, there's already 2 ramps, but just increasing movement options I think is always nice. The idea of playing an angle like this where I'm on some elevated surface and peeking over this feed angle would be cringe, but aside from that. Anyways, I think it's timings time. I'm going to start on T side and I'm going to run to A. Starting at 24. Taking the upper route to be able to reach the upper T thing. So 19 seconds and I'm here. That is wild. I kind of want to see the CT thing. It's probably going to be a lot faster.
Let's go, let's
55.
go.
I feel like I took bad pathing there. So I'm here at 10 seconds, so there's probably going to be a fight somewhere around here in reality. So you'd probably be holding like this. This A main thing I want to look at as well.
Let's go, let's go.
31. I'm able to hold an angle on this at 26. So that's 5 seconds. If I'm at T, starting at 17, can I make it there by 12? No, meaning that I can get caught as I'm trying to come up this. So this is not the great angle that we once thought it was. You can definitely hold in general for a T swinging in this direction, for the lower area, from over here. So that's interesting. Gonna definitely have someone posted on this angle. T's are probably gonna be throwing flashes over this thing that popped somewhere around here to blind this guy in any attempt to make headway towards the same main area. Otherwise they'll have to funnel up here, go through this bridge area, and all kind of funnel up upper. And yeah, with the contact point, I'm gonna try and get the timing more accurate for that upper area. 29. I fucked it up. I'm so bad. Starting at 19. I want to see what the contact point is better. $10 seconds I'm on the bridge. 15 seconds I'm like just getting around here. So let's take a look from the CT perspective.
Grabbing gear, let's go.
56. Can I see the bridge in 10 seconds? Definitely not. But I can peek this and I'll be ready to take a fight very soon. I can maybe catch a guy kind of like halfway through here. Very interesting. This door leads, it looks like it was a path at some point, maybe. Maybe not, who knows. So those are the timings. You're going to have a fight somewhere around here. And A main can hold on this for a while. I wonder how this mid is going to be very hard to comprehend. I'm going to like beat very big. Mid, there's just so much. Starting at 13, we're going to drop here. And oh no, that's definitely not going to be safe. It's not worth. I was thinking about crossing through there. Going through the bridge is also exposed.
Let's go, let's go, let's
1501. I'm just kind of scatterbrained right now, not really thinking about the pathing I take. Okay, I'm standing here at exactly 10 seconds into the round. So I could probably scale up to this maybe. Who knows? Let's take a look at the T-side perspective of that.
Now is the time.
Right, 10 seconds to make it. I'm going here, I'm jumping as if I was actually doing something. Interesting. So yeah, there's going to be a fight around this general area. Very interesting. So that is how the CT can scale up in 10 seconds to fight around here. As the T is coming up, you're going to be somewhere around here, and the CT I think will be somewhere around here. Mid is definitely going to be the real make or break of this map timings wise. I can't really fathom how this would play. I'm trying to think. I'm not even going to touch mid on timings because I think I already have a decent idea of how it's meant to be just from doing the timings for other areas. CT is going to be posted here at a similar time to a T getting posted here, and that is going to lead to an aim duel. Same exact thing for the lower area, and it's just going to be an all-out aim brawl. T's, if they can scale up and take this bridge, they're in a great spot to quickly attempt to fork control of main area. They can go back B main or A main, right? And if they don't go that far, this is like just a rotate path that exists for people. Oh, I'm so stupid! This is why this level exists. Oh my god. I'm dumb as hell. Why didn't I not realize the funny movement? So that's how you rotate off of A quicker. I was gonna say, like, if you want fast rotates, you need that part of mid, because this is usually slower and it's only for B, but it's also for A. There's movement on both sides to get to this upper area, so this isn't as necessary, but it lets you get more scaled up parts of mid. And then, interesting. I'm not gonna lie, B side itself, very, very boring. I like the area around it. I just wish that we did something cooler, like place a box here, boom, this site, make this the site in this general area, like and then boom, make that a site, and we're in a wonderful spot. Maybe make it a bit bigger, maybe place something over here, you know, 2 barrels, boom. You have an off angle to stand on as well. Not really. Still, I just think that this feels more like a site to me, but there's gotta be a reason for this. Leads to bridge being a playable thing, which is cool, I guess. As a T post plant, once I think of this, oh boy, I can get a vantage point on the people trying to rotate, because this is their like only path of rotation. So go down here through middle. Gonna need a boost. There should definitely be some sort of way for a CT to rotate, I feel like. I mean, there's probably a reason that there isn't for timings, but I don't know. It feels very awkward to not have this movement. And I feel like as a T as well, I feel like I'd enjoy being able to jump up this and wrap. So overall, a very interesting map. I feel like I've said everything there is to say. I feel like this upper area is very weird because of where the site is. It doesn't feel like you're doing much, and with the way the contact point is up here. Did I fuck up the contact point? This just doesn't feel logical to me, kind of. I'm just gonna do it one more time. Starting at 20. I know for a fact it took 10 seconds for a CT to get where they did. But on the T side, I'm a little less. 1, yeah. This is where the fight is. It's very early for the CT. The CTs can scale a lot. If I'm playing CT on the side, I'm sending 2 people B, maybe getting one of those 2 people to sit kind of far back and throw flashes over for my guy. He swings, he gets control of this area. I'm sending 2 mid, because it's going to be like 1 guy playing this window, right? And then I guess 1 guy playing, I guess it's just 1 mid, and you're not really going to be fighting for it. You're just going to hold a stupid angle like this. That is quite a strong angle that I am never, as a T, that is unfun. Holy. And there's nothing like that for A, which is good, but maybe you don't even need a B player. Maybe you just have this guy throw flashes from... This is closed. It would be interesting if this was open. It doesn't need to be, but it could lead to more utility. But anyways, I think you just get aggressive B, someone throwing flashes, you get a mid guy posted, mostly for info, and then you have 2A, and the 2A, with the way the timings are, you can see a guy scale across here. Like, you can just hold an op angle and hold this angle. So you would just have 1 guy here, maybe a 2nd guy here, and that's your A hold. And then you can play retake A, worst case scenario. Playing onside A is just so hard to rotate off of. And if you play the angles I showed, then you're still elevated, so you can go quick B. You're gonna have a guy around here. This person that was playing this plat area can quickly help out on the CT bridge if the CT bridge player calls for it. And then yeah, there's double aggression up here. Usually 1 guy throwing a flash from behind. There's also some boost potential, which is the real purpose of this. I feel like I haven't been paying as much attention to funny boosts and whatnot. Yeah, that's a thing. And I guess as a T you can jump here and then exist. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this B site. Overall, this map seems very interesting to play, but I feel like there's a lot of very easy options for the CTs with the way timings are set up. And the sites feel unfun, in my mind at least, so far. B, mid, A doesn't seem too bad. This door is interesting, but the way the map is set up, contact points, I don't know how often. You could kill yourself on the door. Let's see. Oh yeah, the way it's set up, I feel like I'm just gonna be kind of chilling around here, letting T's get up. Obviously, there's T-side utility. I'm definitely, every single round, I feel like there's gonna be a smoke thrown that lands around here. Let me go buy that smoke grenade and give myself infinite ammo. I feel like I'm just gonna be throwing a smoke like that lands here every single round, just to make it so I can get across. Yes, there's a gap there. Don't worry about it. You know, it'd be a real lineup in the future. Smoke also makes it so that as I'm coming across here, if they hypothetically opened up the gate to do stuff, they can't do as much stuff. Can you boost on? No, you cannot. It's very peculiar. I just feel like it's very hard because both routes to A can just be held literally for CT spawn. I don't have to move. I can move to the splat if I want to, but yeah, mid feels like one of the strongest avenues for T's to take. If they take mid, they go under here. Mid to A, while viable, isn't as scary to me because you'll have the heads up, and then you have a theoretical crossfire of the vertical variety between the CT guy that was going to hold this angle and the CT guy on plat. Or I guess the CT on plat, not the CT guy. It's very interesting. Yeah, you have to be worried about. You really gotta take mid on it as a T. It's all about split pushes. I've been focusing on CT side strategy too much, thinking it from a T perspective. I'm sending 3-4 guys mid, and I'm just taking as many gunfights as I can, trying to throw as much utility to help with the fights, taking pulls on these windows, and then once we do that for the first 20-30 seconds, I'm trying to take any space I can in mid. Because if I come through here, then, you know, that's like, I guess the one thing stopping a CT from getting this aggressive is the fear of a mid player getting pressed up. And the same thing doesn't really apply to A. If the mid guy would have to get hella close and go here, and there's definitely going to be warned of this, and then as a T, I do not want to fight any of this. I gotta worry about this angle. There's something up to my right, up to my left. There's, you know, this could be open. There could be a guy playing here for all I know. There's just so much stuff. If I had to change this map in any way, it would be attempt to make it so that as a T, I have a bit better timings, especially mostly for the B site, or safer routes to take space. For example, does this need to be an angle? Could we just be a wall so I can safely cross this, right? Could we bring back this door and lead to here? Do we have to have this angle? Because with the way it is, you can still, as a CT, catch a guy coming through here, right? But it's just a way tighter angle, so it's not as strong. So it would be more of an information play, not a guaranteed kill play, because you're not hitting the shot consistently unless you're very, very consistently mechanically talented enough to have that shot down. That is not something that's happening all too often. I feel like I've done enough meandering and rambling. Very interesting map, very mid-focused map. It is technically a 4-square, I guess, but it feels a lot more complex and interesting than one. A lot of verticality. I feel like the sites themselves are unfun. The areas leading to the sites are very interesting and seem fun to fight around, though I do wish there was a bit more substance to them. Like just like random stuff, like hey, I've got a barrel here, boom, I got an off angle. And this door, well, interlinked here, I just feel, if this was always open, would this inherently be bad? Who knows? Feels very hard to use utility on this map for B site as well as a T. Aside from flashes, where am I smoking if I wanted to smoke? I guess this CT wrap area. But the thing about this is, if we aren't playing up here like I suggested, if we're playing like a standard map and we're actually playing on a site, with the way they rotate, they are coming into here. So you just are spamming smokes at this little choke. That's a very interesting map. Retakes seem difficult, but initially even taking the site seems hard as well. Kind of akin to Inferno. Definitely going to get a lot of aggression up here. Nade spam as well. I could definitely see a T from here trying to throw a volley without being seen to dissuade aggression. And, you know, frag grenade, get up here, try and make life a lot easier. I feel like I've said everything there is to say and then some. This is a movement you can do. That is funny. Is it useful? Probably not. Being able to hide under here is dumb. Do we really need this? Who knows? I just feel like this map is interesting. I just wish that there was a bit more options for Ts with the way CTs are probably going to be positioned with the, one guy CT, one guy plat, one guy CT bridge, and then 2 double dumpy main. Seems very difficult to do anything as a T. Even your only chance is to have good flashes land, but this is an indoor area, so I'm not getting blind. This is an indoor area, so I'm not getting blind, right? Like, you can throw a flash, but it's going to be one that I can very easily avoid. You can't throw like a high flash that I won't notice as well. Same here, the CT guy is basically indoors, but I think you could find a way to flash him, because a lot of the times they might be playing like here, so it's possible. Same with the plat guy. Sites themselves could use a bit of touching up. I feel like, especially B site, very boring. I think I've talked about that a lot. A site, we don't need 2 big trees that you can hide inside of. This, it's funny, but is it good? No. Just like get rid of all this. Add like like a nice solid piece of cover. That's something to play around. Maybe you can place a barrel here as like a thing for someone to play aggressively, right? You don't need all this shit. Maybe you can have one of these, close it up, right, and then get rid of this, replace it with a pretty normal box. I think it could be a lot better. Definitely want some sort of way for a person to be able to rotate in my mind. I feel like just a hella staircase like this, obviously not with barrels, but with like actual stuff, would be very nice. And B site again, I feel like this site should definitely be made lower, and then put anything here, and boom, we have a better site. It's just, yeah. I feel like I've tried ending this like 17 times and then said a bunch of extra shit, but I think I'm done for real this time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Meandering, and see you guys next time. Shit, I didn't stop the recording. I'm so good at what I do.